Welcome to the Fantasy Football Press Box with your hosts, Scott Fitzgerald and Sean Clemens.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Fantasy Football Press Box. Super excited to be back this week. You know what? It was a great time on the course. It was a great time at the FSGA, but man, did I miss you guys. What is up, Scotty, man? How are you today?
I am very proud to be an American. 2 gold medals for the women and men's hockey team, bringing it home. So, yeah, very proud American. We should all be proud Americans today.
Yeah, I mean, as far as the Olympics is concerned, they did a great job. And then the way that they won those 2 games, like unbelievable victories. You couldn't ask for more as a hockey fan, right? It was just epic showdowns back and forth amongst 2, North American powerhouses in the hockey world. And, they proved why they were there. I'll tell you what, man, they were great games across the board. Like I said, the ladies just as good as the men. So, anyways, doggy, how's things going in the sudden death fantasy world, man? I had a pretty busy week myself. So I'm just curious on how things went without me here. Did you guys have a good time? While I was out playing hooky.
Yeah, no, we had a good time. We held the fort down. We got Ken Moron, who's our Dynasty guy. He was on, and then we always had, like we always do, Liliths and Shadows and Chad, and we had Cyborg's crazy mug on here talking about March Madness. So I'm glad you were out promoting our brand, and I was holding down the fort. And as everyone can see up and above Sean's head, we are proud members of the FSGA, which stands for Fantasy Sports and Gaming Association. So we are very proud members.
Absolutely. It was an amazing time too. We're going to start out the show today talking about that awesome conference that I just went to. And, I'll tell you what, man, if you're in like an aspiring fantasy, kind of want to get into this industry and find your way in and how to make it happen, like you have got to be a part of the FSGA. It is a no-brainer to join this group. Everybody that you need, from like the legal help that you need to get point in the right direction, to all of the big players that are in the industry that have been there, done that can tell you some of the mistakes that they've made and that they've seen happen with other people as they've gone through the world, so that you don't have to make those same mistakes. And being a part of the membership, they treat you just like a little brother. It felt very union like. I'm a union man from my construction days back in the day, and the brotherhood approach to the way that these guys operate is really welcoming. I loved it, man. I met some really amazing people. I'm not going to sit here and just name drop all day like some people we know do, but I'm just going to tell you that the people that I met are people you would know and are people that you would listen to if you had the opportunity to talk to them. And just like I did, you try to absorb as much as possible and move forward. And there's a couple of people that I really like to mention for sure, because they're going to be big players with what we're doing moving forward. Obviously, you guys already know about Armin over at FanCred. It was great to meet you in person, Armin, and see you there, spend the weekend hanging out with you. But there's a few other people. Nick, you were an awesome person to be around too, brother. I'm so glad that we got to meet. We met so many cool people, Ryan, Tyler. I mean, geez, but the main guys that I'm really excited to talk to moving forward is the boys over at Lightning Leagues. Dick and Rilio, man, they were amazing. If you guys are not familiar with Lightning Leagues, they have the patent pending currently for vampire leagues. And if you haven't heard of that concept yet, go to lightningleagues.com, read about it, check it out. It is amazing setup. I really think that format is going to take off. Being game creator types like me and Scott are, we just really like what they've got coming along the boards. It's very, very much like our style. They like to do things in a new and inventive ways, and also provide you guys with a really awesome format to do it on. So I'm pretty excited. We've got some meetings coming up with a lot of these people to really help us out. I've been knee deep in the computer for the last few days, catching up between that and family stuff. And starting tomorrow, I'm really going to be able to get back out there with these connections and start making the next step happen. And you guys are going to be one of my first calls. So Rilio and Dick, man, we had a great time, and I'm looking forward to more interactions with you. And things moving forward are going to be great for us, thanks to what the FSGA is offering. And I can't can't go on without saying thank you, a huge thank you to Digger. He's the man from the FSGA. If you're looking for any information on why this is a valuable process for you guys to go through, then Digger's the guy to talk to. He's going to sit down and break everything down for you that you can get out of it. He's going to make it easy for you to gather and get everything you need to make your money's worth it. So feel free to reach out to him if you have any questions. You'll be hearing from him sometime soon. I'm really hoping we can have him on the show someday. So beyond that, man, there was so many good people, too many to name, that it was just 100% worth every single penny we spent doing it. And I wish you could have been there, man. I really do. I know it was rough for you, being on the other side of the country and all.
Yeah, I had to hold the fort down, but no, next year I will definitely be attending. We want to welcome in Brian Reynolds and Shadows into the chat room. Always,
what's up, Shadow?
What's up, Brian? We're really excited to work, closely with some of these guys that you met out there. It'd be nice to learn about what they do and learn from them. And the one thing I'm excited with being an FSGA member is trying to avoid all the pitfalls and trying to make sure that the money that we spend goes towards good use and isn't wasted. And like Sean said, they're like a brotherhood. They're like excited to help the young entrepreneurs grow into the business that they're in. So really exciting. Sean had some good videos, watched some good videos on some pitches that some other members put out there. And I think I want to give a shout out to Armin. I think Armin did a great job with his presentation. It was pretty cool. And then along with Dick over at Lightning Leagues.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome, man. I mean, the experience overall, you just can't. It was second to none. It was one of those situations that you never really know 100% what to expect. You always hope for the best, and kind of usually it ends up falling somewhere in the middle. But at this one was not that situation. This one exceeded every expectation I had going in, and short of ending up like getting a job somewhere at some big player, I don't think it could have gone any better. Like at this point in time, man, I don't even know if I'd want to take a job anywhere else because I love what we're doing so much here. So, I'm really excited about it. They seemed really excited about what we brought to the table. They all seemed really willing to help us, and I think that's going to give us a lot of that push in the right direction that we've been looking for. So super excited about it. I don't want to spend all day here talking about this kind of stuff because I know we're all here to listen to some football talk, but man, it was so worth it for me. Right. And us in general, I should say, as a family.
Yep. Awesome. And don't forget, you guys that popped in to listen, please like and subscribe to our podcast because we eventually want to hit 500 subscribers. And Sean, tell them why we want to hit the 500 subscribers.
Well, if you listen, you already know why we're reaching that 500 subscribers. We are looking to get everything set up to donate our super chats. So our goal is for you guys to help us get to 500, help us get to the point where there's some super chats coming through, and all of that money will be donated directly to US vets to help the homeless vet population get back on their feet and get rehomed in a place where they deserve to be. So I'm really excited about that. That's really, really near and dear to my heart. I've been working with US Vets for years and years with my family business. And, I'm excited to kind of have the opportunity to put something else together to give them some more options to help these guys out. So we got some breaking news coming in from our main man, Shadows, who does deliver all of the breaking news all of the time. Gunnar Rivers committed to NC State, son of Pro Bowler Philip Rivers. So, Scotty, what do you think about that, man? Do you think he's got the same throwing motion? Have you seen this kid throw yet?
I know nothing about him. I guess NC State is Philip Rivers' alma mater, if I remember correctly. Hopefully he doesn't have a belly like Philip does. That young,
well,
but
he's not 40 something like Philip is, so I should hope not.
But hopefully he doesn't have the push pass throwing motion that Philip did. But
yeah, I mean, not to say that it didn't work for the man. I mean, he probably close to a Hall of Fame, if not Hall of Fame career using it. So I can't argue the outcome, but it definitely didn't look like it was the prettiest throw in the world. That's for sure. But hey, man, if Gunnar can sling it, then hey, more power to him, right?
Yeah. Well, no, that's and like I said, it's weird because it shows your age, but these players that played in the NFL that I followed growing up, now their kids are playing. It's like, oh my god, dude, I'm just like,
Right.
it's crazy watching these kids play and their father, and I watch their fathers play. So it's
Yeah.
but it's awesome. It's
Well, you
interesting.
probably watched some of their grandfathers play too at this point, didn't you?
I'm not, no, we won't go that far.
I'm just teasing you, Scott. You're not that old. I know you're not. But yeah, man, you're right, dude. It is trippy to see some of these young kids like the Gadsden over in San Diego. Well, see, there we go. It shows our age right there again, saying San Diego instead of LA. But like him over there in LA, that I remember that name the moment it was spoken. I'm like, why is that so familiar? And then, oh my gosh, I cannot believe it. So yeah, then those types of things are going to start happening more and more as we get older. So thanks for bringing that up. I appreciate it. Yeah. Javonte, 3-year deal with the Cowboys. Yeah, we figured that, right? They would definitely go for the franchise tag on Pickens. You expected that, right?
That was like a no-brainer.
Yeah, exactly. I felt the same way too. I didn't think there was going to be any kind of decision to make there for the Cowboys. Once they let Micah go, it was pretty much all in on offense at that point. It felt like. So yeah, Javonte and Pickens sticking around. What do you think that means for CD now? Do you think CD's still sitting like right behind Amon-Ra in your rankings? I mean, we've been doing spoiler alert, we've been doing some drafting, and we're going to talk about that here in a minute. But CD Lamb has been going usually after Amon-Ra, or maybe one between him. Justin might go off a little bit sometimes here and there between them. But do you think CD is in the right spot right there, Scotty?
Well, I got him late in the second round in one of our early best ball drafts, and I was shocked that he was even there. I do see Amon-Ra going before him, and obviously Jamar Chase and Puka. I've seen Neighbors go before him, and he's been slipping to like the middle to late second round, which I think is pretty late for him. I expect him to have a little bit of a bounce back season. He did miss some games last year. George Pickens doesn't help being there and being almost like a true alpha himself. But I still think that the group is coming back, and I think the Cowboys are just going to throw because their defense is so awful. So I expect CD to have a little bit of a bounce back year because of the injury that he had last year, missed time a lot. And George Pickens is going to draw even more coverage away from CD Lamb. I think CD will do more underneath stuff like he's always been doing. Pickens will be the downfield guy. It looks like Dak really doesn't favor the tight end too much. So yeah, I think if you can get CD, late in the second round in a super flex, that's tremendous value.
Yeah. And, in that draft, I was looking for that draft while you were talking, and I found it here. You got him at 2.9. And actually a guy that went off the board before him that's been kind of creeping up there, and I'm a little surprised that he's going ahead of this guy like CD, though, is Malik Neighbors. Now, I love Neighbors. Don't get me wrong, man. I like him a lot, but he's coming off of an injury. It's not an injury that usually they can just bounce back from right away. So do you think that he's going off the board just a little bit early in the situation based on the fact that the injury's there and he's got the young quarterback, new coach, the whole kind of kit and caboodle? Or do you think that he's somebody that should be potentially going in that range? Because I honestly think I would take CD and Justin Jefferson before I would consider Malik right now, even though JJ's got the issues with the quarterback. So I'm curious, though, where you got him.
I would definitely would take CD Lamb over Malik Neighbors. Now, if we're getting into Justin Jefferson, and I love Jetta, but if we're talking about Jetta and Malik Neighbors, that Minnesota offense, it's just been holding him back. So the injury to Malik Neighbors was very bad, but you have Jim. You have John Harbaugh coming in there, and Jackson Dart's going to have another year under his belt.
Did you just apologize to Jim for calling him John? Is that what that was?
I apologize for calling John Jim.
So it's the other way around. You apologize to John for calling him Jim.
Yes, correct. So, but no, that offense is up and coming. I think that's going to be a really good offense this year. They're gonna have Scadaboo, and you got Tyrone Tracy, you got Malik Neighbors, and so I mean, and even Wan'Dale Robinson is he's the guy I'm trying to scoop up in a lot of drafts, late. So I like that offense. So if gone to my head right now, I think I'm taking Malik Neighbors over Justin Jefferson, to be honest with you. And I know that's kind of a hot take, but I just think the offense is going to be better. I mean, the Vikings offense is not trending in the right direction right now, and I don't know if I want to stomach another year of barely 1,000 yards and 80 to 90 catches out of Jetta.
I mean, I don't know if I can do that right now. He's, like I said, coming off the injury. I know he's timeline wise, he's supposed to be okay. I get that part, but man, dude, I think that they will not go into. First of all, the Vikings are not going to go into the season with that quarterback room the way it is. I think they're bringing in somebody, Kyler, Cousins, somebody's coming there, right? So if that's the case, then Kevin O'Connell, my face cousin down there, knows how to coach up a good quarterback. I anticipate that Jetta is going to be back in kind of that last year form, I still think that is a guy that I would rather have on my team, just based on the fact that I trust him better when he's not coming off of an injury like Malik is. So that's it, man. But Malik would be right after him. I'm not like throwing him down the line or anything. Like, he's right after Jetta either way for me. I just don't know if I'd take him over the kind of like, I don't know, like the sturdiness of what I feel like Jetta brings to the table. So like I said, again, that's because I assume there will be a different quarterback throwing him the ball. That to me adds some sturdiness to it.
Yeah.
So what are we looking at here? We got some more updates from our update man Shadows here. We got veteran Bradley Bozeman announcing retirement. So that's a big change at center position for the Chargers, which who knows if that was going to happen anyways, right? Najee Harris is making good progress in rehab and looking forward to the next season. So that's the one that's something worth talking about real quick. Najee, is he still under contract? If I'm not mistaken, he is under contract for at least this year, if not the next also.
I thought they brought him in on like at least a 2-year deal.
Yeah, I think he's on a 3-year deal if I remember correctly. I could be wrong, but maybe Shadows knows because he's the one who knows all. But that definitely, I feel like that would mean that, in my opinion, Najee's not going to go anywhere. So where do you think he falls in the running back room, on our ambiguously split duo? Do you think he's going to end up in that situation again in LA where, Omarion's in front of him? Najee's still there. What do we do? I feel like Najee's got to be like a very minimal used target at that point, right?
I don't think anything really changes. I mean, we'll see what happens during camp, but I think it's Omarion, and then probably a combination of Najee and Vidal. I mean, Vidal played very well when
you can't forget Vidal either.
When Hampton was out, and he's more of a passing catch back, which Najee's not the best when it comes to hands. So I think it's just going to be.
Well, Shadow says it was a 1-year deal, so he might be a free agent.
He might be a cut candidate for all we know.
He's a free agent if it was a 1-year deal. That means he's a free agent this year. So if that's the case, then we're complete idiots up here talking to you guys, thinking that it's more than a 1-year deal. This guy now he's a free agent. It changes everything because he'll be in a whole different backfield most likely. I seriously doubt they're going to bring him back there.
Yeah.
So
he's not under contract. The way Vidal, finished the year last year, I don't really think they need to, bring Najee back unless it's just super cheap.
Yeah, I could see him going somewhere. I don't know, like Carolina, if they don't bring back Dowdle, kind of a thing, because they can get him a lot cheaper than they probably would Dowdle right now. But that's just like a off the top of my head thought. But yeah, he's definitely not staying in that backfield. Not after drafting Omarion the way they did and the way Vidal looked. I think he's easily expendable. And
just to pivot, like to kind of like into like from real football into fantasy football. That's why especially I know Dynasty startups are coming up for a lot of you guys. And it's like, don't waste your draft picks on these running backs, man. In Dynasty, they don't have the longevity. I mean, look at.
Unless it's like Jeremiah Love. Like, we're not telling you not to take Jeremiah Love at the 1-1 or anything. Like, don't do that. Like,
no, I'm talking like, you're not drafting in Dynasty. I don't think in startups, I'm not touching a guy that's over 25 years old. Just not doing it. I mean, I'll let somebody else have them. You might get a year or two out of them, but it's got to be premium age. The premium age where they have their most production is age 22 to 25. That's what, 4 years? You get 4 solid years of production. Now people are going to be like, "Oh, Scott, what about Derrick Henry? What about, so and so?" Yeah,
Derrick Henry's an outlier though. You can't count Derrick Henry in like that normal. He's that, one that's different than the rest.
Yeah, people are going to say Christian McCaffrey and stuff like that. But I'm talking when you're starting up, go get them quarterbacks, get those receivers, get those elite tight ends, and worry about the running back position later, because unless your build is to win now. If your build is to win now, then you go ahead and grab them guys. But if you're building for a dynasty, attack the other positions.
That's a good question, right? Because let's talk a little dynasty, because since we're doing that, why don't we transition into the fact that we are launched our dynasty leagues, and one of them is currently filling, and as that one fills, we'll launch the next one and the next one and so on. But we're going to be knocking out at least 2 or 3 here in the next week or so, and whether they start drafting right now or not, we'll figure all that out here in a little bit. But they are going, and I've drafted in one already, and we're working on it. And this league specifically, it is a win now situation. And me, I love to trade away my future assets in a startup and go for known assets and stuff that, at least players that I think are going to become superstars if I can. So I ended up snagging a bunch of receivers. And then, so I went kind of with that Hero Zero RB style. And the first RB that came to mind, and it's because he fell to me and I had absolutely no choice but to take him at this point, was Chase Brown. So, with what you just talked about, age, all that good jazz, where do you have Chase Brown right now in your startup rankings for Dynasty? Because he's not one of those young guys right now. He's a few years deep on his rookie contract. So he's been in, I think, I'm trying to go chase it down real quick for you to get his actual age, but I'm going to go ahead and stab in the dark while I'm still looking for it and say that I'm thinking he's probably in that 24 range right now, maybe turning 25 during the season.
Yeah, something like that.
So do you have any thoughts on that? He's actually 25 currently. So where do you have him at?
I mean, I haven't really dug too much into the running back position because, and I don't play a ton of Dynasty. I'm, more of a redraft guy and specialty games guy, but, I just, like I said, unless it's a premium back like Bijan or a Jahmyr Gibbs, I'm not even looking at these running backs. I'm just going, like I said, strictly.
But you got to fill out your roster, right?
Yeah, and just fill out my roster.
Chase and it was 6'3" was with the draft pick where Chase fell to. So I mean, at that point in time, what are you thinking?
2, 3, 4, 5. I'm probably still not taking them. Like I probably won't take my first running back until probably round 7.
So if that's the case, then your first option maybe even you would have had,
maybe even 8.
You'd have been looking at guys like RJ Harvey, Josh Jacobs, Javonte Williams. None of those guys fit the mold of what you're talking about. Derrick Henry went in round 8. DeAndre Swift, Kyle Monangai. None of those guys really fit the mold of what you're talking about, right? So are you waiting all the way till like round 9 and taking a guy like a Woody Marks as your RB1 for the season?
Well, no, I don't mind taking an older guy. Like if I'm going to surround my team with quarterbacks and wide receivers and maybe an elite tight end if he's there, and I'm still in win now mode, even if I draft one of those running backs, the older ones, and I can still win a championship year 1, year 2. But if I don't, and I got to sell off on those running backs, then if I load up on, let's say if I load up on quarterbacks like I usually do, I mean, the way I build my dynasty leagues, I'm a sicko. I'll take 4 or 5 quarterbacks, and
I'll see why you're not a dynasty guy.
But what that lets me do, and I've always said this before, the most important position in a dynasty startup is acquiring quarterbacks, because that's the easiest way you can acquire them is during your startup. Because you know what? If you don't have quarterback depth in a dynasty, good luck trading for them, because you're going to come to me and ask me for a quarterback, and I'm going to say, sure, I'll sell you Sam Darnold, but I'm going to want an elite running back in return. And you're going to have to give them to me, or you're going to be without a quarterback.
I mean, maybe somebody else, not me. I mean, I still chase down at least 3 solid quarterbacks in my dynasty startups when I'm trying to chase the championship in the first season. So like, I'm not going to be chasing you down unless I have like some really bad injury luck going on, or like a guy that bombs out. Oh, wow, dude, what is God coming? Is that Jesus?
I
Don't take him yet. Please don't take him yet.
Light on by accident.
Man, bro, that was some divine intervention right there, buddy.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
doubt.
I thought I was gonna lose my co-host right there. Jeez Louise, just scared me like that, man.
No.
Woo. Yeah, all right. Now that my heart's skipping a little bit, let's calm down here and get back to the subject at hand.
That's a
Oh
small
man.
clip. Oh, look who
I
popped
thought
in.
for sure, dude, you were goner. I was like, man, Scott, I am so sorry. I did not know that topic was gonna do you in.
No. Cyborg. Mr. Cyborg's in. Welcome in, Cyborg.
What's up, buddy? I wonder how his thing's going. Tell us where you're at right now. Do you got a tally going on there, Cyborg? Give us a little update on your March Madness bracket and how many guys you got coming in.
I think last time I checked in there, he had like 41 brackets already, which is a good start.
That's pretty epic,
It's going to be
man.
a big pool. It's going to be a huge pool.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, we're going to push for that 10K this year, man. I think he's going to get there. So we got another update from our resident update man, our Ian Schefter of the pod. The Vikings, Dolphins, and Steelers are the top 3 favorites to acquire Kyler Murray. And the one that intrigues me the most, because everybody knew about the other 2 most likely, is the Steelers in the mix. Does that mean that Aaron Rodgers is not playing for the Steelers next year? And if that's the case, does that mean Aaron Rodgers is not playing next year? And if that's the case, does that mean I just wasted a lot of draft picks on him late in these best ball leagues? Scott, what do you think?
I don't think he goes there. I think if there's any good fit, I want to say the Vikings, but I don't think he's going to go there, though.
God, Vikings would be great for him, but I don't know if Jason wants to deal with him as his quarterback.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to go there. I mean,
Dolphins, I think, is probably the prime spot for him. Replace, Tua with a little bit, better physically, but not better in the, in the classroom version. Because Kyler Murray is basically just, study session or 2 away from being a good quarterback.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'll just go out on a limb and say he'd probably be a better fit for the Steelers.
That would be so funny, though, man. Put him in the Steelers locker room. I mean, good Lord. What if Aaron comes back and they bring in Kyler? How great would that be?
That'll never work. They'll both.
That would be so fun to watch, though, wouldn't it?
They'd be strangling each other.
That'd be as entertaining as like the Kardashians. That would. It would be too much.
Rodgers will be on the sideline and be like, and Murray will come in, come to practice, and Rodgers will be like, "Where's your book, man? Where's your playbook? Go get your playbook. How come you're not studying your playbook? Do you even know the audibles?"
Well, that's if Rodgers could even see that he's walked into the room, because he might be in the middle of one of his, darkness retreats, and you have no idea that Murray's even there.
Yeah, that's crazy. So,
but yeah, dude, I don't know what's going on with Murray in that situation. I think it would just be an amazing, like, TV for it to be that way. NFL loves to get their ratings, man. You put Kyler Murray and Aaron Rodgers on the same team and put that on Hard Knocks, you'll get your ratings.
Oh yeah, for sure. Hard Knocks Steelers.
That's so funny. All right, so let's move on to our little game of the game that we're going to play with you guys today. And, Shadows, by the way, I don't want you to feel like we don't want to play your game, because Guess the Player is one of my favorite games. And I sent you a DM on Discord, so check that out when you get a second, because I want to chat with you about something completely separate. But feel free to throw in some Guess the Players, because we all know how much Scott loves that when you stump him. So, come on, throw them at us. We like it.
Which is quite right.
You can see, look at the look on his face. You can tell how much he loves it. He can't wait. So, but for this little game that we're going to play right now, which is going to be a lot of fun, and it might turn into a disaster. We'll be honest with you, because we're trying to do a little bit of a double technical thing here, where Scott's doing one side and I'm doing the other, and we're trying to make it work. So, if it works great, it'll just be like seamless. You guys won't even know what's happening. But if it falls apart, then it's going to be a disaster. And either way, it will be entertaining. So. Well, it's going to be a lot of fun. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to start out our little game here. Me and Scott are each going to be building a roster. But there's a trick to how we build this roster. We're going to be spinning our little wheel of teams, right? And whatever team lands on, we are going to rotate. And each of us is going to take one player from that team to put on our roster. And then now that one's position is taken, we cannot take another player for that position. Obviously, just like a regular fantasy roster, you only fill one guy in one spot, right? So, for example, say we spin the Dolphins and Scott goes first. he's obviously going to take Waddle because he's probably the only thing on that offense worth taking, except for Achane. Actually, now that I'm thinking about that, you probably take Achane over Waddle, and I'll take Waddle, right? So that's how it would work. But there's no more Dolphins left. So we spin the wheel again. We go to the next team, so on and so forth. And we build our roster that way. So one of us is going to get the stud, and one of us is going to get the backup stud. And that's how it's going to work. And we all know that not every team has a backup stud. So one of us is going to get stuck. It's probably going to be Scott, but, that's just because I think I draft better.
No, you don't.
What was that?
You don't draft better.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Let's spin. Go ahead. Come on. Let's do this. It should be fun.
So if that explanation did anything for you guys, I hope so. Otherwise, we're going to try to give this a shot and see how it works. So this is our little wheel of fun right here. As you can tell, we have every single NFL team on there. And Scott, why don't you go ahead and kick us off and spin on your first wheel and see what team we get.
So who's picking first?
That's a good idea. Yeah, let's go. I'll let you have first because I'm probably gonna end up winning. So let's let you go first this time.
All right, the spin.
I can tell the look on your face. You do not like that. Here we go. Oh, it's the Colts.
Colts.
It's the Colts. So you're obviously.
I can't wait to see
what I was
who.
talking about.
I can't wait to see who you're gonna pick.
I'm screwed. Oh man. So obviously I'm assuming that it's the Colts that you're gonna go ahead and take Jonathan Taylor. Am I right?
And where did Jonathan Taylor play his college ball there, Sean?
Scott.
Let's stump Sean.
Talk about that.
Let's stump Sean. The University of Wisconsin.
I knew that. Hey, I knew that's where he played his college ball. Are you kidding? I'm just too busy trying to write your name in here for you.
What slug are you gonna pick?
So, I mean, for me,
there's actually a good one, and you're not even gonna pick him, and I'm gonna laugh at you.
I think I am gonna pick him. I just don't know if I wanted to cover that position right now. I wanted to save that position for a later date, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and have to take Tyler Warren because I feel like in that offense, he's the only other one that could potentially be a stud, and I definitely do not want to cover up a different position right now to get myself to where I can't get the guy that I really want there. Because as we all know, I have a favorite player and I want my favorite player. So you guys know, so that puts Scott with Jonathan Taylor and me with Tyler Warren, not Jaylen Warren, Tyler Warren. And yes, we do have some little kid scribble going on here, guys, because this is the best way that I could figure out how to incorporate the names on the fly. So you get to see my wonderful writing, which, as you can tell, it's not the greatest. But all right, so Scott starts out. He's got one running back filled. I've got my tight end filled, which means I can only pop two more tight ends in, and I would have to have them as a flex. Who the hell wants a tight end as a flex anyways? So we'll see what happens moving forward with that. But I think I'm a little bit more handcuffed than Scotty is at this point. So, Scott, you go ahead and spin that wheel again, buddy, and see who we get.
All right, so you're going to get to pick first this time. You got to make up for that. I mean, you didn't really have a choice. I probably would have taken Tyler Warren, too.
You have to, right? I mean, in that situation. Oh, it's snuck its way into the Chargers.
Oh, okay, not bad.
All right, so this is a question here. Do I go ahead and fill in? I'm kind of back and forth between Herbert and Hampton. I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of going back and forth because I do like what Herbie brings to the table in that offense this season, but I also like what Hampton brings to the table in that offense, a la Achane. So I think I'm going to go ahead and take Omarion Hampton as my RB off of that team. And I'll leave you the opportunity to take Herbie if you want him.
Yeah, I don't really see anywhere else to go there. I really don't like Ladd McConkey. I didn't like him last year. Still don't like him this year. But I think Herbert has enough rush. I wanted to try to get a running quarterback because of the upside and a good floor. And I think that Herbert can provide that for me. He does run the ball a little more than most quarterbacks. So I'm going to kind of put him in that running quarterback realm. So I'm going to go ahead and stick him in as my quarterback one.
Yeah, and I think that I think you're right. I think Herbert is underutilized when it comes to his legs. I definitely think that he should have been utilized more, and I don't understand why. I know that he's got some injury issues, and I wonder if he's maybe hesitant now at this point because he does seem to have like also one of those like just weird kind of stumbly styles that ends up leaning into more injuries. I don't know why, but it
Yeah,
just
like
seems to be that way.
a baby giraffe kind of running around a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Just kind of not quite there yet. It hasn't quite grown into his body yet, kind of look. But even though he's obviously a full-grown boy at this point,
Yeah, they have to protect him a lot more. So I'm expecting the Chargers to, they're going to get some O-lines back from injury, and it wouldn't shock me if they go into free agency and pull in some veteran linemen to help him.
so you know what that means for me though, too, Scotty, don't you? That means that I get the opportunity to take my guy.
Yeah, if we get if it
Because
lands,
that means no matter what, you can't take him from me.
it's got to land. It's got to land on him though. It's got to land on that team.
I know we got to get some Bills love on that wheel of spin here to get my opportunity to take him. But at least I know now that if we do get to land on Buffalo, I will not have to worry about you stealing him from me.
Okay, well, just to let the people in the crowd know, I guess we'll go back. I was going to say that Get Nuclear team looks pretty solid right now.
Well, we'll go back and see what it looks like with another player. I mean, it's only two guys, Scotty. Calm down.
Okay, all right, let's go. All right. Wow. God,
Oh, dude. And you're first to pick on this one, aren't you?
yeah.
I mean, who do you even want on that offense right now? Now that you don't have a quarterback to grab.
No, I mean, there's only one guy to grab, and I'm going to lead. And I know you're not going to take a quarterback because you're waiting for their guy. But, I'm just going to fill in. He may end up in my flex spot, but if he does, it's not a bad flex. And that's one Scary Terry, Ohio State.
I knew you were gonna do that, dude.
Scary Terry.
I just knew that was coming, bro.
Boy, I can't wait to see who you're selecting.
Dude, this is not fair, bro.
So bad.
I hate this right now. I'm not gonna lie, because I don't have an option right now. I have no choice but to do it, dude. I have to do it. I don't want to do it. And you know what's gonna happen is we're gonna do this. We're gonna spin the wheel, and guess what team is gonna land next? I'm telling you right now, that is just Murphy's Law. It will happen because I have absolutely no choice right now. I have to take Jaden Daniels. It's just. There's nothing else there, man. What else am I gonna do? I still think he's like right up there in the top 3 in Dynasty for me. I still think he's got a really good potential as a running quarterback, like you mentioned. So I've got to go with Jaden Daniels, dude. It's unfortunately for me that means I can't get Josh, but that's where we're at right now.
Oh my God, what a disaster that team!
I know it's almost as bad as my handwriting, but. But look at your team so far. We've got Jaden Daniels, Amarion Hampton, and Tyler Ward for me. And Scott has Justin Herbert, Jonathan Taylor, and Terry McLaurin so far. Oh, man. Scott, so far I have to give you just the slight nod. And it's only because I am stuck with a tight end this early in the game. That's the only reason that you are ahead so far. But when the time comes that we catch up, I would not be surprised if I don't pass you. All right. I'm sure the rest of the audience feels the same way.
Wishful thinking. But let's spin this wheel. I'm going to give you, obviously, you're going to get first crack. And I'm really hoping it lands on the Bills.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's going to land on the Bills. I just know it.
Oh, Titan Shadows, right?
It's Shadows. How does this guy know these things, man? What? All right, dude. At first, I thought that he was just like in the know when it comes to like the sports stuff, but now I'm actually kind of freaked out, dude. I mean, like, are you like Miss Cleo's grandson or something, dude? Like, what is going on here? Like, that is unbelievable.
Oh my God, we got to create a short about that one. That's an awesome one right there. He called it. He called his shot.
He totally called it.
Babe Ruth did. Good job, Shadows. That's why we
Man,
love
and I
Shadows
got
so
first
much.
pick on this horrible team.
Actually, I think I'd rather have first pick on the team.
I'm trying to think it like.
This is where I'll let you're gonna get to catch up a little bit.
You think so?
But yeah, because I mean, I don't know where I'm gonna go here.
I mean, it's not like I have like a really solid option right here because I can't take their quarterback. I mean, I'm not taking Tony Pollard. Oh, man, Scotty.
Come on, Sean. There's a time limit.
I know, right?
We don't want to have a 3-hour show.
All right. I guess I have no choice, man. I think I have to take. You know who I'm gonna take? I'm actually gonna go out on a limb here. I'm gonna take Chimere DK because I have a feeling about that kid this year. He's one of my sleepers, and I really like him, and it's easier to write his last name. So I'm gonna take him.
Oh my god, you just fell in the toilet.
Who are you taking, Scott?
I'm Pollard. He's the only guy to take.
But dude, I don't think he's the only guy to take. You think that DK doesn't have an opportunity in that offense to do good, bro?
Yeah, he might have an opportunity, but Pollard's the lead back. In worst case, he's in my flex.
All right, if that's what you think, I think DK's the way to go, bro. I like DK. So I'm sorry, but
We're not talking about DK Metcalf, folks. So
no, we're talking about Chimere DK.
Oh, God.
Which, hey man, I had no choice. I had to take somebody on a terrible team, right? And I already got, tight end covered. I can't really put another tight end in there. I would have gone with Chigo Konkwo if I could have, but just because I think the tight end position is kind of the one that you could slack on.
That was definitely a terrible spin. But let's get that bad taste out of our mouth. And I'm gonna be picking first here. And
you got to stop trying spinning that wheel early, buddy. You got to wait till that shit pops up on screen for all these guys, making me throw out bad language.
All right, we got the pack.
Ooh,
go pack, go!
And look, it even kind of color coordinated slightly. So Packers, you're first, buddy. Who you taking?
So I'm gonna give you one back here, Sean. Okay, I feel so bad because your team is so bad.
Oh my god!
I'm going to go ahead and I'm not gonna wait for the two tight ends. I'm not waiting for the Raiders, and I'm not waiting for the Cardinals. So I'm gonna take one Tucker Kraft.
You lucky son of a gun. That is the right pick at that point in time. You're so lucky that you had a tight end available to you to take Tucker Kraft because everybody else on that offense is a crapshoot, to say the least. I don't think I have any choice but to take Josh Jacobs right here. He's really the only person that I think is a solid-ish pickup that is consistent. I can't go with any of those receivers right now. They're all too volatile. So Josh Jacobs is my guy. And yeah, my team looks like a 5-year-old wrote it and a 5-year-old drafted it. I've got Jaden Daniels, Marion Hampton, and Josh Jacobs, Skimmer DK, and Tyler Warren. You have Justin Herbert, Jonathan Taylor, Tony Pollard, Terry McLaurin, and Tucker Kraft. Yeah, I think you're still ahead. I'm not gonna lie, I think you're still ahead.
Yeah,
Scott.
you may have caught up a slight bit, but okay. Should we spin it again?
Yep, spin it again. So just so everybody out there knows, I have 2 wide receivers left. Scott has 2 wide receivers left and 2 flex left. And actually, we both have the same thing at this point.
Yeah, we both have the same thing.
Wow, I should have just said it that way.
All right.
Did you just spin one and didn't like it and hit the spin again?
No, I did not. All right.
Panthers? No, it stayed on the Bucks. Oh, snap. So what are you doing, Scott? I mean, we obviously know we have to go with the wide receiver position. So you're going to get lucky and get one that's not even going to be on their team, aren't you?
Well, it's your call because I picked first last.
Oh, it is? Okay, then I'll take Evans. Perfect. So I'll take Evans and you can take a different one. Well, you could take a running back if you want to, I guess, for your flex.
I could. I don't know what direction I want to go in here. Let's see.
There is a time limit.
Let's see. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go.
Well, you're waiting on Scott. The NFL Competition Committee is discussing the possibility of authorizing replay officials to throw flags for specific penalties. It is about time.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Well, you know what? I'm not going to take who you think I'm going to take, but I'm going to bank on possibly Rashad White not coming back. So I'm going to take Bucky Irving in my flex.
And exactly who did you think I was going to expect you to take beyond him?
I think you were thinking I was going to take Mbuka.
Really?
I think he's going to have a really good year next year.
I had you on Bucky Irvin from the start.
Oh, you did?
Oh, yeah. It's just like my handwriting. It was written all over the board.
That's so terrible.
That's so bad, isn't it? So bad. Wait till I try to fit that extra wide receiver in between TK and Evan.
All right, so we basically both have the same thing. We got a flex and a wide out left, and
You got two wide receivers, one flex. I got two flex.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I missed it. Two flat. Yeah, two wide receivers. So good.
All right, spin that beautiful wheel.
All right, let's go here.
He is right. There's a lot of good weapons on the Bucs, Shadow. You were dead on there.
Oh, and there he goes. And there
you get to go first?
And I get to go first.
Son of a...
Oh, this is so fun.
I hate you.
I love this game.
I hope I end up on the Falcons now on the next one.
Oh, this is so great. All right, well, they don't call him Delvin, but we'll talk about his brother, James Cook.
There it is, James Cook, baby. So your flexes are covered. You can only do wide receivers now.
Yep. Here's Sean. Sean's gonna go double tight end, right, Sean?
I'm like, what else can I do here, man? I wish I had put super flex positions on the board.
Hey, there's always Keon Coleman, your number one draft.
Oh man, no. If I'm going wide receiver, I'm going Shakir. Are you kidding?
Oh jeez.
Oh man, this is gonna be all right. You know what? I'm gonna take my Vegas-born Dalton Kincaid. I'm gonna put another tight end in my flex spot because I still think he's the best pass catcher on the team, at least right now, anyway.
All right, so I'm down to two receivers. I have to take receivers, and Sean actually has to take one, and he gets a flex. So
yes, sir.
He can take a running back or a third tight end if he'd like. Be interesting if it lands on Arizona.
I know, right? If it does, I'm just going all for it. Why not?
All right. So you're first, Sean. Here we go. The Patriots.
Oh my! Shoot me in the face right now. Are you kidding me? Could I get a worse wide receiving core to pick through?
I have to take a wide receiver.
I guess, yeah, the only thing I can do now is take Travion. He's literally the only option that's worth the salt that's left available to us in our format we're doing. So, Travion Henderson, come on down. You're the next contestant on Sean's K-Pop Demon Hunters.
God.
Yes, that is my team name, Sean's K-Pop Demon Hunters, because we be slaying them demons.
Well, I don't even know if Diggs is even going to be there next year.
Doesn't matter though, because he's on a team next year. Then it might even be better than the one he's on now.
I don't know.
And besides, you have no choice. You have to take a receiver. So what are you gonna do?
Well, it's either him or Butte.
I like Booty. I take Booty. I actually traded up in my Dynasty League for him because I think he's coming on to at least a solid number 2, if not potential 1.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Butte because I just don't know what's going on with Diggs.
It's the right thing to do, man. I think Booty's the right.
Either has a good game, either has like good games, like where he scores like a touchdown and has like 80 yards, or he's like nothing, like a catch for 5 yards.
Yep. So next one up is we have one wide receiver each, dude. That's all we could get. So you get to go first on this one, or right? Because I just went.
I get to go
So,
first. So,
so I guess I got to get the second, whoever the wide receiver. I hope we get the Bengals or something. So
Yeah,
at least I
we
can get
gotta
a good
we
wide
gotta hit the
receiver too.
Bengals. We got to hit the Bengals, the Lions,
Yep, I'd be happy with that too.
the Bears,
Yep, be happy with that.
the Cowboys,
Cowboys would be great.
Eagles,
Cowboys would be fun because then I want to see who you take first.
Rams, and who else? Really nobody else. Yeah,
That's it, right?
That's it. This is it. Our last spin.
So we're gonna end up on like the Cardinals.
Who's first pick? Me?
Yeah, Texans.
Oh,
Of
Texans.
course.
Oh my gosh.
Well, of course, I'm screwed again.
Yeah, I guess. Well, you know what? Go ahead and
Oh,
grab ex-Michigan great Nico Collins.
Yeah, of course you are. That's an easy answer right there. Geez Louise, bro. Nico Collins on the and you know what? I lied, Scott. I definitely did not win. You won this one for sure, dude. It doesn't even matter who I take here, dude. I've got to take Higgins. That's my only option in that offense. I think he's the best number two. But
and Shadows agrees
that you kicked my butt.
that I just got nuclear on you.
Yeah, I didn't slay them demons for sure, bro. My demon hunters got their ass beat.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's terrible,
that was a fun
dude.
little contest. Pretty nice right there. Maybe next time when we do this, we'll have the guys in chat pick for us.
Right? Yeah, that would be pretty bad though, because we'd end up with some pretty terrible teams for people that just want to mess with us. Like Shadows is like picking kickers,
Yeah, that would be pretty funny. But hey, not a bad team.
Man.
I'll take it.
Yeah, so I mean, I think that Shadows already said that he agrees with you, but I think he's not the only one that agrees with you. I think that pretty much it's a consensus that I got my butt kicked in this little contest. So that's what I get for giving you first place. I guess I should have been a little more aggressive about wanting the first pick.
Well, that's what you get for talking crap. That's what you get. You put your foot in your mouth.
Hey, it was worth it though, dude. It was a lot of fun to do that. If like everybody likes to see the guy who talks mess get his butt kicked, right? It's always fun.
Yeah, you're the villain.
No way. Yeah, you can tell. I'm definitely villainous.
Yeah. So that was a fun little exercise, and we'll try to do that from now on. We'll try to create like little different games and stuff for you guys to check out. I know it's kind of slow right now for the off season and stuff, but hey, I wanted to run something by you real quick anyways. Now I know it was big news, but I was a big fan of Rondell Moore. I mean, he played in the Big Ten in Purdue, watched him, great player. Just a travesty what happened. It's terrible that these young men have something so evil in their life that they have to commit suicide, and there's not enough people out there to really go to. I mean, I don't know what his background was with his family or why this happened, but I mean, the little bit I read was he did reach out to who did he reach out to? He reached out to
Hollywood Brown.
Hollywood Brown, that was it. And who knows what that conversation ended up like, but it's just a tragedy. And like I said, I watched him at Purdue a lot, and he just seemed like a really good guy, and it's just unfortunate that stuff like this happens.
Yeah, man, it's you never know what's going on with people, man. And like, I had a friend that passed away, and it's been back and forth on whether it was an accidental overdose or not. But I spoke with him shortly before that passing, and it was something that stuck with me too. So I feel for you, Hollywood, out there. I'm sure that you're struggling through this too, man. So as much as the family and everybody else, I definitely wish you the best too, man, because that's not easy when you're somebody who feels like you might have not done everything you could. And it's rough, man. These guys go through so much. We think that when you have money that your life is all peaches and cream, and that's not the case. there's a lot of unhappy people out there that have really deep pockets, and you never really know what somebody's dealing with or what they're going through. And you got to keep that in mind when you're out there in the world, and try not to get as upset about things that you might be mad about that are no big deal, and try to like understand that somebody might be going through something if they're being a little bit rude here or there, and just be a little bit patient, and just try to step back for a second before you react, and give yourself the time to be more considerate, because you never know, somebody might be dealing with something, and you could say the right thing that completely helps change their mindset. And I've seen it happen before. It can be done. It's not hard to do. It's just trying to be slightly compassionate when you need to be. Sometimes is all it takes. So just try to remember that in light of the situation that we're dealing with right now. And I'm sure that Rondell and Rondell's family and everybody would be appreciative of somebody kind of approaching situations like that, and memory of him, and moving forward, trying to be a little more nicer to each other, because man, we are definitely in the middle of a lot of back and forth and a lot of turmoil and a lot of argument, and it's never fun. Nobody wants conflict. Everybody wants to be able to move forward and be happy with whatever choices they want to make. So just try to be nice to your neighbors, man, in light of this, and try to be there for people when they need it, because you never know, man. Sometimes people could be struggling pretty deep, and sometimes that's the only way out for them, is they feel like, and you never want that to be the case, man, because it hurts so many more people than just one.
Right. So yeah, I'm sure the organizational will step up like they usually do, and help support the family and take care of burial stuff and that kind of stuff. So usually the teams are pretty good about that.
Monetary support is one thing, every emotional support, all that kind of stuff is so much more paramount. And I know a lot of them are going to do that too. So, it's at least they do definitely seem to step up in those situations, because, that's above and beyond any kind of conflict that's going on anywhere else.
Yep, for sure. So, but anyways, so let's talk about something a little more uplifting, and that's our games. We have our best ball games, we have our Dynasty games, and pretty excited about all that. They're doing pretty well. We're filling them up, and I know it's a slow time of the season, so a lot of people are kind of checked out with fantasy, but we have the true players that come in and like to draft, and people are like, why are you guys drafting so early? Like nothing's going on. Like my wife always tells me, why are you guys drafting? There's not even any football, but it just, to me, it's just good practice. It's good to learn where guys fall, what the public sees as far as we all look about, look at the narrative, the recent narrative on people are with players, and like CeeDee Lamb, everybody forgets about it. Yeah, he had a bad year, and then they let him drop in the draft, and you end up able to pick him up late, and so it's good practice. Helps you follow ADP. And then we've always said, some of these rookies, if you're smart and you're a Debbie guy and you really engulf film and all that stuff, sometimes you can draft these guys in these best ball leagues, and they turn out to be gems for you when the season starts. So, it keeps your mind going, keeps you in the know. And like I said, our games are $5. I mean, and we do a little $1,000 bonus pot in there for you guys, and for
hey man, don't be downplaying that. It's not a little, it's $1,000. That ain't little. Nothing little about $1,000.
A little bonus pot there, a little sweetener for you guys, and it's not offered by anybody else, so throw that in there. But yeah, it's a lot of fun, and we enjoy it, and we thank you everyone for the support. I'll throw some names out there. Jimmy Wojo, he's in quite a bit of them.
Dead Man Souls and a bunch of them.
Yeah, we have our guys that jump in and help support us, and we really appreciate it.
Yeah, TB76. We got quite a Todd. He's in there, and quite a few of them. We got a good amount of guys in there, man. I don't want to. If I didn't name your name, don't feel like we don't appreciate you. We appreciate every single one of you guys that's willing to jump in these games and help us grow. And we're doing all this because we want to try to end up in the end being able to provide ourselves and everybody with a great place to play fantasy football and some fun new formats to play it in, and then turn around and offer up any kind of assistance we can wherever we can, whatever type of help we can offer up, whatever type of charitable donations we can do, whatever type of hair we can grow out to give to people that need wigs. We're going to do that kind of stuff. So, plus it's fun to tease Scott, with the hair, but we want to make sure we have a good time doing this with you guys though, too. Cause what's life like without having a good time, man? It's terrible. You always want to enjoy yourself. So doing things that we love is just one more way of doing that.
Yeah.
And playing fantasy with you guys is a really, really big part of our lives that we, wouldn't want to do without.
Yeah. Well, breaking news. And this is actually a good one right here. Kyle Pitts is looks like he's going to get the franchise tag. So Sean, are you in or are you out with Kyle Pitts this year? I mean, has he turned the corner for you? Is he like now an upper echelon tight end, or are you like, whoa, he this might be fool's gold?
I'm still kind of on the fence with him, but I would still call him a top 12 tight end, which he's still a tight end 1, right? So I'm still taking him if he slips to the right positions. And I'm just not right now because a lot of people are not letting him slip. There's those 2 or 3 guys that are like high on him again, and they're willing to take that bait and run with it. So I'm okay with that. If they want to do it, I'm not personally going to do that. I'm going to wait until a little bit later to take him. I think the upside's there, but the quarterback situation is iffy. The offense has a lot of mouths to feed. They got some really good mouths to feed that could take away from him in the long run. So, I just don't know 100% if it's going to be like a consistent thing with him. We might be that same flash in the pan that he does to us every year, where towards the end of the season, we feel like next year's the year. And here we are again 5 years later. So I feel like I'm just kind of done with that cycle at this point. I'll let somebody else take on that headache.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go on the other side of the fence, and I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna jump up and grab him. But if he's there in the right spot, I think he showed enough last year being a move tight end. Mooney took a step back. That they do have Bijan, which definitely is the key to the offense, and Drake had a good year last year. Drake London, the quarterback situation is still up in the air, but there's not too many move tight ends in the league that is a real weapon. So sometimes it takes these guys a few years to and he came in as a very young tight end. I think he came in as obviously his junior year. I think he was 21 or 22 when he came into the league, and that's pretty young for a tight end to learn everything. So I think he's gonna piggyback the year that he had and have a really good year. So if he's in the right spot and I need a tight end, I think I'm going to take him.
Yeah. What's up, Armin? How you doing, buddy? So I'm with you, man. I'm with you. I definitely just think that it's too tough for me to make that dive into him at where he's going. That's all it is. I think if he's a round and a half later, no problem. Take another tight end or 2 ahead of him, no problem. But where he's at right now, I just can't do it. Travis Etienne, legitimate interest in signing with the Chiefs this offseason. And then he followed that up with, could you imagine him and Jeremiah Love in the same backfield? I personally think that if they sign Travis Etienne, do they take Jeremiah Love? I don't think so. I think they probably go O-line.
So. Yeah, they need an offensive line for sure. They need some help there, but I think Travis Etienne would fit really nice in that offense. I mean, it'd be, and that'd be wheels up for Rochelle Tootin then, right, in Jacksonville.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I like Rochelle Tootin. I think he showed a lot last year, so I really like him a lot.
But now here we go. Here's a question for you. This is going to be a fun little hypothetical scenario to talk about. So say Travis Etienne signs with the Chiefs. Do the Jaguars trade up to get Jeremiah Love? Because they already traded. They've shown that they're willing to do something cray because they went up and got Hunter, right?
Yeah. Do they still have a pick this year?
I don't think they have a first this year, but they could, if he falls to the right spot. Obviously they could always give up future assets too, or player.
I don't think so.
You don't think it's a possibility? They got to take a running back though, right? They're not just going to go into the season with Bashal Tootin.
No, they'll bring somebody else in. I could see him bringing in a free agent like how about go and get, Rico Dowdle? Bring him in. Go get him.
It's not a bad idea. I mean, unless the guy wants too much money. Of course, then we just talked about Najee too. But
that's funny, Shadows. That's funny. Oh God,
man. So I don't know, man. I think it's intriguing thought though. Where do you think Jeremiah falls? Let's talk about that for just a second before we sign off, because we're about to sign off here in a second. So what do you think?
Where do I think he's gonna fall, or where do I think he's a good fit?
So let's say who's going to pick him and what number will they pick him at? So it doesn't matter where they are in the draft, because you could say that they'll trade up to get him, right? So, or whatever you want. So who is it that picks him and where does it happen?
How about the Saints?
Ooh, intriguing. And do they trade up for him, or do they take him where they sit?
They should have an early pick. Aren't they in the top? They got to be in the top, 10? I know they're in the top 10.
Let's how do you not know the draft order, Scott?
No, I don't have it in front of my face.
What is wrong with you, man? How do you not? You're supposed to know these things. You are an analyst, dude. You're supposed to know these things, brother. You're making me Google it.
I'll just ask Shadows. Shadows bring up the draft board. Where do the Saints pick, Shadows? I just think the Chiefs would be too late. I think he goes before the Chiefs.
The Chiefs are at 9.
Chiefs
I know
are at
that,
9?
bud. Yeah, they got the 9th pick. The Saints are right ahead of them at 8.
You know what? I think it's going to be the Saints or the Chiefs.
Ooh, so he's going to go at 8 or 9.
I think the Saints could take him at 8.
So what about the Commanders at 7?
No, I don't think the Commanders are there.
You think they're happy with Krosky, Merritt, and Rodriguez?
And I think they need to protect their investment a little bit better. I think they need to bring in some offensive linemen.
You got the Titans at 4, the Giants at 5.
There's no way he's making it. There's no way he's making it out of the top 15. So I don't know, Armin. I don't know if he's making it to the Jets.
Bengals are at 10, Dolphins 11, Cowboys 12. So Cowboys are an option, even though they signed Javonte. I could still see him doubling down.
I don't see that. I think he goes 8 or 9. I don't think he gets past the Saints or the Chiefs.
Yeah, I think if he does, then somebody's trading up.
Oh, he pinged on Discord. Shadows.
Oh, it might be
Oh my God! Look who stopped in.
Look at that. What's up, Brock?
Oh, Rocky stopped in.
There
Are you a
we go.
proud American today, Rocky? I know Rocky's a hockey guy.
Right?
Poor
Yeah,
Sid.
if you guys have Twitch, or I think it's Twitch that they stream on. If you have Twitch, they're gonna have their show on Twitch this week. So make sure you go check that out. But yeah, the D-Gen Fantasy boys do a lot of betting talk. So if you guys are into the betting side of things, the D-Gen boys are good for that. And they got a pretty good track record. Well, at least 2 of the 3 of them do, right, Rock?
Yeah. Rocky's buried right now in the snow.
He is, man. We were talking earlier, and he was telling me about how bad it is over there. And he's like, I might have to go. I got to go help my mom's shovel out her driveway, make sure that she's good to go. I'm like, well, there you go. Go be a good son, dude.
Yeah. Now, see, Shadow says love to the Cardinals. Does that mean they're just like giving up on Benson then?
I mean, Benson did have injury issues coming in and then an injury right away. I mean, I could see them being a little hesitant to go all in with him for next season. Plus, they're going to have a reset at quarterback. It seems like for some reason teams like to take their running back before the quarterback nowadays. I don't understand why, but they do.
I don't know. Look at this, Shadows.
Rocky loves Sidney Crosby but did root for Canada because he didn't play. What?
You know what's funny too? I thought you're only allowed like one captain. So like Canada had McDavid as the captain, and I noticed that Crosby had the captaincy on his jersey too. What are you giving Crosby?
Are you sure that wasn't the candidacy?
Candidacy?
I don't know. I'm just candidacy.
No, that's what I saw.
I'd have to look at the jerseys now. I didn't actually watch the jersey C's to see where the C was.
Well, then I thought I saw it when they were giving them their silver medals.
Oh my! Did you do all that just so you could roll into that silver medal transition? That was great, Scott.
Olympics made them have an active captain for the game.
Oh, so he was an active captain, I guess, and the other guy wasn't active for the game. I guess I don't know. Did one not play? Maybe, yeah. Like, because they got to be good enough to not have both Sidney Crosby and Connor McDavid, right? They're just that good.
Yeah, McDavid played. It just Crosby never saw the ice.
Man, all right. So that was fun, man. That was a good show. I really enjoyed that game. We're definitely gonna have to do that again. Like, that game was a lot of fun. And Shadows, man, work on some of those other games because we definitely missed the guess the player. I like watching Scott's reaction to the guess the players, and we didn't get to see that today. And I ended up losing, so it was like a double whammy. And I need a little bit of redemption next week. So have a couple of those ready for us to stump Scott. We should actually just start calling that Stump Scott.
Stump. But I know it's been a little slow lately. But we're probably gonna get into some Dynasty talk more probably next week. We want to have some guys eventually on, Chev and Addy, maybe break down some.
We're going to be talking with them before the next show too, and have a schedule in place, hopefully for another joint show between the four of us here in the very near future. And we talked about some draft shows too. Don't forget that we're going to do some draft shows and some things like that. DGen, we talked with Rocky earlier today too about stuff like that, doing some drafting shows. And we're going to throw out a few of these $5 leagues, maybe make a fast draft here or there, and do a bit of a draft show kind of style for those, which everybody loves a good draft show, man. They're always fun and breaking down how these things work out. Rocky did his first best ball draft with us recently, so we can have him on and talk a little bit about that. So there's a lot of good things coming, man. Plus, all the guys I met this week, there's a good amount of them that want to come on board too. Lightning League's Dick is for sure coming on at some point in the near future. So there's going to be a lot of great things happening, guys. Keep in tune. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. We need to get up to that 500 so we can start helping these vets. And, in the process, we're going to be doing a lot of great things with more people as we move forward and creating more fun games like we just did, and continuing to just do fun things for fantasy football, because that's what we love, man. Right?
It should be a good year. We're really excited. And like Sean said, we're meeting a lot of new people. We've been really busy, collaborating with certain individuals and what they got to offer. And, we're pitching what we have to offer. And we've all had really good conversations with a lot of people. So we're really excited for the year 2026 here at Sudden Death Fantasy Sports.
Yeah, it's going to be a blast, man. There's going to be a lot of great things coming, a lot of change and a lot of fun. It's going to be awesome. So thanks again for joining us today, guys. We're really happy you guys were here. Everybody in the show, Shadow, Rocky, Cyborg, Armin, all you guys that commented in the show today. Brian, I know you were there in the beginning, and then I saw you in there too, Mama. Thanks for tuning in. That was my parents, guys. You saw Steve Clemens. That was my parents. So thanks a lot, everybody. Once again, man, we really appreciate all you guys. Please, please, please like and subscribe. Until next time, we are out of here.